disengage.
To your point as well, like if we talk about the Zhang Fei, which is on the hands of Junyoung, he will play a pivotal factor for the success of Vesakha Esports because down to the final few moments, there isn't really solid engage being formulated around the draft of Vesakha Esports. So it really relies on to Junyoung with that stun Zhang Fei to look for those big moments for the side of the IK-13C.
I think he's just going to look to just jump in when he can. But Nongshim, I really like this Garuda pick because the biggest problem is that if they were to siege a tower, you have Garuda with the just kind of the wave clear, right?
Yeah.
And like that's going to be on point, and it slows the game down. Vesakha might stumble at times.
They might stumble in times, exactly. I mean, if Vesakha Esports don't kind of have that pressure in the early game, especially getting Neb online, because we didn't really see the greatest performance of Neb in that game for one, right? Trying to keep up with Haku. Haku always had that gold advantage, but now it's a time for Vesakha's Neb to prove his name against Nongshim RedForce.
All right, and as we go into this one, it's going to be, of course, game number 2, the 4th match, the last match of the day. Can Vesakha Esports somehow bounce back?
They gotta hope so, right? I mean, Vesakha doesn't want to be the next team that takes a 3-0 loss like we saw earlier for Elevate here. But wave clear is definitely going to be the name of the game here in this mid lane, and rotations to go and help their body down bot side of the map is then going to be their next point.
Yeah. It's all about this rotation. The wave clear is going to be key. But Raven, he needs to stay alive. Easier said than done sometimes, especially when you got focused like he did against in game 1 against Haku there. But again, this is the game where he needs to shine.
Yeah, I mean, really, he's going to be having a bit of an easier time, right? Obviously, he's on the lung here. He has the infinite fastness, but there is ways for Nongshim RedForce to get onto the back line. They have, obviously, Kyung9 onto the party. They have Haku onto the Gudo, dropping Furball, gets that knockup.
Yeah. But Nongshim right now, it's about the poking and prodding. They have the range advantage. You have Wild Growth, you got the Wings of Judgment, you have Chano from afar. You have options, right? So you need to, like, they can play very defensively, which kind of counters the play of this Pei lineup.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, though, like, options can be a bit of a deadly one, right?
True.
Like, do they decide to go for one team fight, and the approach is different to everybody? They don't quite get the comms there or execute it the right way, but that could be the problem here for Nongshim RedForce.
Yeah, oh, the Cannon Blast, that's going to be tanked. He did not mean to do that, but the timing was fortuitous in that sense. But Junyoung, about half-life, they're not able to get anything else.
Yeah, that's the one time you can run down the Zhang Fei pretty easily, right? Pre-4 minutes, pre-level 4, sorry, when he doesn't have the Unbridled Air Burst, that kind of second burst of energy and health bars, he's going to be a lot harder to run down when he gets to level 4.
Actually, pre-level 4, it's a really sad moment for Zhang Fei, right? You're not able to play the game that you want to play, so they're just going to wait for them to get that level 4 and then turn things up a bit. I mean, it does become a bit scarier for Nongshim in that sense.
Yeah, turning up the heat here, but I mean, Vesakha Esports are doing pretty well, right? They do have, obviously, the gold lead, but if you do want to get some Arcane Fragments or even some precious Dragon Crystals, you top play CD.
Oh, the Wings of Judgment doing some work, and Junyoung is going to give up First Blood. Siri, with just the final shot, gets that pick off.
Yeah, I mean, First Blood going up to Siri is a good situation, or at least a good allocation of your resources here for the side of Nongshim RedForce. Really kind of almost blundering that lead that Vesakha have been building over this last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Junyoung wasn't even level 4, which is another reason why he was able to get picked off, because without that Umbrella Outburst, no extra tank ability.
No tank ability indeed, right? Obviously, that's going to be scary for the side of Nongshim RedForce here with this one. But now, obviously, we're getting into a close proximity of those objectives, right?
Yeah, and Ball and Kyung9 still in that top lane. Just, I mean, obviously, I give the Byron an advantage here, but Kyung9 seems to be doing pretty well.
He does seem to be doing pretty well. Obviously, you just got to keep himself alive, right? Just don't give over the advantage to Bao into the top side of the map. But this is Kyung9. This is a guy that's been revered so much in that Clash lane.
Yeah, and look at, again, Illusion with that rotation, seeing where Net was. Like, they were looking to put that pressure on that bottom T1. If they take those early towers early, it's going to really just open up the door. And Illusion with that Wings of Judgment, just taking out all the creeps.
Yeah, I mean, they do say love is an open door, but in this case, I think it's a kind of a let the stranger in into your base and lose game number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an actual saying. We're going to have to find out. It should be now, that's for sure, right? But Nongshim here, on the other hand, just kind of dealing with the mid lane. The longer this game goes and they're keeping the towers alive, it's going to be more advantageous for Nongshim.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. If they've got the kind of like a safety net of those turrets, it's definitely going to aid them in this one. But all eyes are going to be on these neutral objectives now going forward. Obviously, the Tyrant and the Overlord have spawned here. We are seeing Vesakha Esports kind of formulate around this one, but at the same time, Nongshim are just buying time for Haku to get that Crimson Golem.
Yeah, it's all about time. Ball, though, is running a little bit low on that top lane. With the Tyrant being picked up, that's going to be huge for Vesakha. Now it looks like they want to kind of at least defend the mid T1. I think they'll be fine, but that Wings of Judgment doing a little bit of work.
Wings of Judgment, more like Winds of Suppression, you know what I mean? Like, they were really forced into that T1's corner, like quite quivering for their lives. But at the same time, Siri's been given a free getting a Jal card here by just using and getting that T1 down.
Yeah, and it looks like, I'm just going to read this one verbatim. I started playing Oz because my friend asked me to try it. I didn't expect to go this far, but the more I played, the more I fell in love with the competitive side. What keeps me motivated is seeing how far I've come, knowing there's still more I can achieve, and I think that Jun Young right there, just, you know, the props to him, because again, being able to play from the open qualifiers to here, this is a huge step up.
Yeah, I mean, he's not only just done it twice, right? Like, he's done it with obviously within the MKL region, but now obviously within the IKL as well. So he's definitely a player that you can see that loves Honor of Kings Esports, and this is what the great part of the ecosystem is able to kind of build, and this is the product of that as well.
Yeah, definitely played. Well played. I mean, this is the moment, but Ball going for the backside, finding Illusion with that Furball, trying to just go, but the flash away, the thing inside the box, they do have him locked in, and Ball is going to be killed instead, and it looks like Nongshim have made them pay.
It's such a... I felt like us giving that motivational speech there, reading his words verbatim, gave him a little bit of an in that one, but it just wasn't enough. It was that think inside the box from Faye was just like, hang on, we're not letting you get ahead of yourself here, buddy.
And they've turned that around. I mean, Ball is going to be right back up, but that mid T1 at about half-life. But Kyung9 on the top line, he's been doing some pressure there too. Oh, but Siri gets picked off by Jedmid with those blades.
Yeah, that's the long distance there that really, I love to see it again, Mo. When you see those couple blades come through, I mean, I hate to be on the opposite side of it, but when you see it in these competitive plays, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, and these players are so good at it, right? Just getting completely caught off, and the damage burst just really catches players off guard.
Oh, absolutely. You think you survived, and all of a sudden you're just like, hang on, is that legal? Is that magic damage legal? But I mean, at this point in the game, you can see that the magic resistance isn't going to be kind of like top-notch onto the side of Nongshim RedForce.
Yeah, but I like the fact that Vesakha, understanding that, hey, we got, you know, we did get the pick off. I mean, we didn't turn it into any sort of towers, but we put the pressure on, consistently making Nongshim react to your movement.
Which is what they failed to do in last game, right? Is get the reactive side of Nongshim RedForce. And arguably, Nongshim isn't the greatest reactive team, right?
Yeah, they're the greatest red, but not the greatest reactive team. I get it, okay. But Raven here taking advantage of this one, taking the bottom T1 for free. Now Ball taking a lot of damage. The Leaping Savior keeping him shielded up, so that's great for him. But the mid T1 has already been taken out.
Oh, catching two there. Faye with a Cannon Blast. I mean, we have to give props over to Faye on this Motsu, right? Like, this is one of his picks where you know he picks it, he's landing like 95% of those kind of blasts.
Yeah, he's been on point with that and just setting it up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Wings of Judgment, the biggest thing is just hitting him on point. If you're able to move around, it's not going to be the easiest, but the Azure Golem being picked up by Nev, he does get that smite.
He does get the smite using the Unbridled Airburst here as well, trying to force away the side of Nongshim RedForce. They don't want to take a fight around that Azure Golem, but at the same time, Ball, he's committed to the bit, right? He's looking to get that pressure into the top side of the map, looking to get that T2 takedown, but I mean, this is going to be Siri responding.
Yeah, it looks like Nongshim right now, this is back to what we saw in game one, the slow and steady, right? They've taken some towers, the outer ones. They have the mid T1 to kind of, you have a bounce off point in terms of the siege, so that you have a lot of pressure now that you can put on Vesakha in their jungle.
Yeah, obviously having access into that jungle is going to be a wild part for the side of Nongshim RedForce. I mean, they are ahead only, well, they're behind by 200 gold, believe it or not, considering they've got all 3 T1s as well.
Yeah, now the Wings of Judgment. More zoning more than anything else with Furball. He does have the Leaping Savior. He's going to be fine, shaking most of this off, but you do not want to be pushed back. It's all about space being created for Nongshim on this Overlord.
Yeah, and this is what Kim9's do beautiful here, using that space point, right? Just teleporting down to the bot side of the map, creating the space by wiping out those minions. Any kind of like advantage that Vesakha had moments ago, it's just been neutralized here.
Yeah, neutralized there, but Nev picking up the Tyrant, you got to trade, and that's a great trade. Understanding the state of the game, you're not committing for anything, but at the same time, you're getting something to get yourself into this one. You actually have a lead as Vesakha Esports.
It's the law of equivalent exchange, right? Obviously, you gotta take something to receive something within this one, and obviously Vesakha Esports getting that Tyrant. Nev playing a bit of a saving grace here, but that T2 down to the bot side of the map. This is the pressure.
Oh, the Umbrella Outburst. It only catches out one, though. They do a decent amount, and Siri's going to be the one that falls. And now Kyung9 is on the run. It looks like they find Haku in a bad spot, who's trying to just get away, but he's going to be chased, trying to do it. He gets on his bike, so to speak, and he's on out of there.
He gets out. He went 0 to 60 in the matter of 2 seconds, I feel like, that saved his life, but flashing over the wall is going to be Kyung9, expanding that common skill, but now T1 into the mid lane is looking to get opened up here for the side of Vesakha Esports.
Yeah, great play by Vesakha. Just putting them that pressure on, taking that mid T1, that's going to be huge for them.
No.
But they find the fur ball onto a ball, but with that force field suppression, now he's looking to potentially turn this around. Finding Kyung9, he gets the Storm Strike onto him, and Kyung9 wants to go for Gen Myth, who actually flashes, and he does get picked off. The slashes are real, and Kyung9 with a double kill. He's soloing almost everybody, but he eventually falls.
Kyung9 going for solo leveling, but then get obviously diminished there after that double kill, but almost again. Nongshim trying to find some more here. The Cannon Blaster's beginning suppressive enough to keep Neb away.
Yeah, Faye actually tried to go for the flash, think inside the box. He did miss because Raven got on his dragon. He does get to safety, but I think through it all, it's only going to be a 2-for-1.
2-for-1. I mean, I'd take that one any day, right? Obviously, if you are Nongshim RedForce, it looks scary for you. Haku looked pretty low. I would be scared for my jungle in that point, but he was able to get escape, and Kyung9 got the results.
Oh, Ball has been a problem finding Faye, who Peacebringer's back onto safety, but the Wings of Judgment is going to be real. He's going to use the human shield of the Ball, and he does keep Raven alive, but Illusion gets picked off. Gen Myth with the blades, finding him out, and now the Shadow Tyrant under siege by Vesakha.
Ganna and Mo with Gen Myth, he's just landing him. He's like, you know what, guys, 360 no scope. Let's get the kill onto Illusion. Let's get that damage off the side of Nongshim RedForce.
Oh, look at Ball with another human shield protecting the Tyrants from Faye's Cannon Blast, ensuring that they get it, and Vesakha now in the driver's seat.
They are in the driver's seat. They have the Eagle's Wings carrying them potentially here in game number 2. Try and get a victory over the side of Nongshim RedForce, able to get that Shadow Tyrant. Really is going to be the equalizer here.
Yeah, definitely going to be an equalizer. Huge for them. But Nongshim right now, this is a little bit of an awkward situation. They're behind, and Vesakha, I mean, the way that they were able to find this, Kyung9, he tries to go in, makes that play, gets 2 on this one. Kyung9, the fatigue, man. Kind of scary.
Beautiful pick, beautiful hero. He's just able to sustain himself and just do so much attack speed. But again, speaking of beauty, it's sharp, it's the couple blades.
Yeah, very good one. And Siri getting picked off on that one. That's going to be huge. Vesakha are doing it in that sense where Nongshim, I mean, they're getting caught out left, right, and center.
They are getting caught out here. Maybe they're trying to get a contest here for that Overlord, but Neb is just running it down.
Oh, the Stampede. They find Illusion. They get yet another pickoff. This is a big opening. Haku over the wall. He does get there, but the mid T2 looking to be under siege. The minions are slowly making their way there, but Nongshim, just again, this is so difficult for them to defend.
It's very difficult to defend, but it also pays dividends to that Zhongfei stun, right? Obviously, Stampede, stun, boom, you're locked into place. Illusion or Siri going down, that's a lot of damage being taken off the side of Nongshim RedForce.
Yeah, Shadow Vanguard in the top lane, but they want to just take the mid T3 because they've got the minions here with those blades from Gen Myth, who's been a sniper, taking that one down. The mid T3 easily taken by Raven.
Big improvement here for the side of Vesakha Esports, getting the first higher ground turret in this game number 2 against Nongshim RedForce, actually creating a 5k goal lead here for themselves.
Huge, huge. It's only 12 minutes in, but a 5k, that's going to be quite difficult for Nongshim to kind of weather. But now Ball is tanking most of Kyung9's shots, and Kyung9 looking to just pull away the Vanguard to buy a little bit of space.
Buying that space is what Nongshim need, right? Obviously, they don't want to be pushed all the way to the crystal. They've been able to do it to Vesakha Esports. They don't want to lose this game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, they cannot lose this game. I mean, this is a situation where Vesakha are in such firm control of the game. It would be an absolute disaster if Vesakha were to lose this one.
I mean, you look at Raven and Siri, right? Obviously, Siri's been taken off the Gorge 3 times, which means that Raven has had more time onto the Gorge to amass that 1k goal lead.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, this KDA is 202, and that's where you have that space. Siri needs to get going. He needs to really pick up this team. But if we're looking at the jungle lineup, Haku versus Neb, Neb has got that 2.3k net worth lead.
Even more impressive. But I mean, if we go up again, I mean, we're going in stairs here. It seems a bit of a competition. But if you see Neb going up against Haku, he's again 10.5k to around about, I think it's 7 onto the side of Nongshim RedForce's Haku.
Yeah, and I want to be like, hey, at a certain minute mark, like 15, 16 minutes, Nongshim will be able to stabilize. They'll be fine. I mean, they've only lost one mid T3, but that's very Pollyanna of the situation. The thing is that Vesakha have a lot of late game heroes. Like, you have the Loom, you have, you know, Byron as well as the Ganon Mo. You can end this game.
Exactly. Scaling's going to be a great thing here for them. Obviously, we'll start to see Neb fall off into the late game as well, and Bal as well, unless he gets, obviously, some great initiations with the support of Junyoung on this Zhangfei.
Yeah, and the Cannon Blast is going to be a little off the mark. Junyoung doesn't want to, you know, pull the trigger on that Umbrella Outburst. They're going to take the Shadow Tyrant essentially just for free. No contest there.
Absolute domination in the jungle, though, for the Vesakha Esports. You have to give it to them in this game number 2. They are really putting Nongshim to the test.
And this is something that we talked about in the pregame. The fact that, like, Nongshim, they're great late game, right? And it seems like if they're able to hold it out, how can Vesakha close out the game? Do they have enough experience dealing with a team that has, like, thrives in that late game?
Yeah, I think it's all going to be based around that neutral objective, right? Like, if they go for the side of the Shadow Overlord, if they don't create enough oppression here onto the side of Nongshim RedForce, I feel like that could be the turning point here.
Yeah, and it could definitely be the turning point, which could be, you know, a bit of a thorn, right, in Vesakha. How demoralizing would that be? Because Vesakha, again, just full control, growing this lead to 6K at this point. They've been slow and steady, not getting out of position.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to keep Siri in position as well, right? Obviously, he just built the Doomsday. That's really going to be helping here to shred down the Byron as well as that Zhangfei.
Yeah, but the Wings of Judgment, he's trying to get it onto the minions, but it doesn't look like they're going to get too much out of it. They're going to take the top T3, and yet another big pillar in their defense down for the count from Nongshim.
Oh, Nongshim with the last standing T3 into the bot side of the map here means that Vesakha has created that space we was talking about moments ago, right? Get the enemy's Azure Golem, look to take the Shadow Overlord, look to get the final push down to the bot side.
Yeah, but the top lane is something that they need to be careful about. Nongshim have just a split second. They have the box ball, but he gets on the dragon with the Umbrella Outburst from Junyoung, keeping him alive. Faye has already been killed. It looks like they've gotten Siri as well. And Vesakha are looking to run it down. They've taken Illusion. They've gotten 3 members, and it looks like Nongshim, none of them are there. The Crystal is going to be wide open, and Vesakha are taking down the Crystal, and we have an even series, 1-1.
Kyung Knight really trying to go back to base and clear out that last minion, but Junyoung was like, you know what?